Last time on Scorpion Island, in an incredible show of skill,
Well done, guys. This is amazing teamwork.
the girls beat the boys to make it 2-1 in the island challenges.
Lizzie proved to be the most valuable adventurer and brought home the Silver Pit Viper Island treasure. The comeback is on.
Watch out, boys. We're coming to get you.
However, joy turned to disbelief
What?
as the teams were rocked to their very foundations when the island made Zach and Jeremy vanish.
I think something fishy's going on.
Yeah. I want to get out of this blooming cage!
Today is a day like no other. They must focus and forge on with another dastardly island challenge.
Push forward!
And this time, the ultimate prize is up for grabs.
It could only be Scorpion Island.
Hello, welcome to Scorpion Island, the island that always likes to trap anyone that visits here. I'm Miley.
And I'm Johnny. There are two teams of adventurers on the island, and it's girls versus boys. They're on a mission to escape, and they're facing some of the biggest challenges of their lives. Plenty of twists and turns along the way too.
And they need to be the best, because on the final day, only one team can escape. Scorpion Island relishes in its splendid isolation and uses its natural world as its impenetrable defense system.
The island is teeming with life, its precious treasure.
In recent times, an adventurer came from far across the seas. He was a fortune hunter whose mission it was to plunder the island of its legendary treasure.
He took on the island's challenges and succeeded. But when he failed in his final escape, the furious island mischievously captured the fortune hunter's spirit and locked it away.
Now, 10 adventurers must follow the path he created, their mission to escape the island. They must battle it out in terrifying challenges, and the victors will win an island treasure.
The more that they win, the greater the advantage they will have in the final race to escape.
So, we already know the mysterious fortune hunter has been leaving clues to help the adventurers. He wants to help them beat Scorpion Island and escape. But the island has different ideas. It's been trying to stop them from succeeding. And last night, it threw in the biggest curveball ever.
Oh yeah, the island fighter was a Gasparama as two teammates mysteriously vanished.
Teams, all that's left of you. Now it's time to find out who will be your new captain for your 4th day on the island.
The captain for the girls will be Eleanor.
Yay!
And the captain for the boys will be Peter.
Congratulations, guys. So, let me come to the ladies first. Eleanor, what are your plans?
Win.
To win.
Win.
Simple as that.
Win.
No dilution.
Win.
She means it, look at those eyes.
Win.
Win, win. Okay, I've got Eleanor's message. Thank you, Eleanor. What about you, Peter? What are your plans?
I am a man of few words, and basically, I just want to win too.
Actions speak louder than words,
Well,
Peter.
I'd say you're both evenly matched. Let the games begin.
So the new team captains are Peter for the boys and Eleanor for the girls. They will now have to lead their team of adventurers against the island's tough defences. But they only have 4 team members.
As the first wave of shock begins to subside, the team speculate as to what the island has done.
You know the Jeremy thing when she vanished? What do you think actually happened?
I actually think that maybe the island has taken her, and in our next challenge, maybe we have to win her back.
Yeah.
Or maybe that we don't get her back at all until we win like a number of challenges or something. And then we win both of them, or something like that, I don't know.
I think the island captured them and they're gonna be priceless.
I think captured by the fortune hunter.
Maybe they're with the fortune hunter.
Yeah.
Captured.
If the fortune hunters captured them, that means the fortune hunter must be with the island. Because why would he capture them right next to the fire?
Yeah.
And how would he have the powers to take him like that?
Talk soon turns to the value of their vanished teammates.
I think without Jeremy it's been quite quiet and it's sort of not as happy. Like it's still like a really light atmosphere, but Jeremy's sort of, you just feel like something's not right. So.
Yes!
Well, Jeremy keeps the team together, like she keeps everyone happy, and even though she's afraid of things, she goes against her fears and does what she needs to do in order to try and win.
Losing Zach has made the boys have a rethink about their attitude in the challenges.
All four of us, we are serious about this. Zach is kind of thinking it's like a joke. Yeah, he wasn't trying his best yesterday. He was messing about a bit. He'd rather have a shower under the waterfall than play the actual game. I think when Zach gets back, or if he does get back, we'll just need to bring him round to tell him how he is. Because he might think it's the right thing.
They just need to be confident.
But there's no more time for talk, as the adventurers take their first step towards freeing their teammates. And the captains will now have to lead their teams against the island. But they're not alone. The fortune hunter once made his way through the unforgiving jungle, and now he's helping the adventurers on their journey.
He knows that only the bravest and brightest can escape this treacherous island and free his spirit, and has left a system of clues in a symbol ring to help them on their way.
But once again, the island is furious that the fortune hunter is still attempting to help the adventurers and has smashed the ring into pieces. And now they must attempt to piece the shards of the symbol ring together.
You are the captain, so you will automatically be taking part in this trial, but you can choose one person to do it with you.
I think I'm going to pick Katie.
Why are you picking Katie?
Because yesterday we did really, really well in the memory trial, and Katie was really good at remembering all the symbols around the edge. So I think she'll do really well again.
Thank you very much. Now, Peter, you're the captain. Who are you going to choose to accompany you?
I think I'm going to choose Jordan.
Tell me, why Jordan?
We have a strong friendship, and we had a cracking time in the memory trial 2 days ago, I think.
Okay, well, good choice, both of you, both captains. Excellent choice. Are you ready?
We're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Right, Katie. We can do this, okay. Right.
Each day that passes, the island makes the puzzle more complicated to solve. There are 7 pieces of symbol ring here, but only 4 make the ring complete.
That goes there, I think. No, that doesn't go there.
Communicate, talk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this one. There. Oh, no, it's not this one. That, yes, got it.
The team that can complete the ring the quickest will get to play for an advantage from the fortune hunter.
Okay, put those there for the minute. Don't put it on the floor, we'll forget about it. Excellent, right, I'll bring this round here.
The boys look like they're doing well.
Get in! Middle piece! Come on, guys! Get the other piece off! Doesn't matter, get the other piece off, come on! This one! Come on! Chill! The sun, where's the sun? It's not that piece, that is definitely not the right one. Right, try that one. Good. Yes, that's there, that's perfect. On it, yes, come on, wait, there's one more piece. Yes, done!
That's it.
The boys were so close, but the girls are the victors.
Well done, that was super whizzy. Fantastic, excellent communication skills. Each day, the fortune hunter can give one of the teams an advantage. So now, the girls must prove themselves worthy in a special type of trial, where they'll be tested on their knowledge of the symbols.
Eleanor and Katie will have 20 seconds to memorise these symbols. They will then be presented with a group of symbols, but only 4 of them are from the symbol ring. If they can place the 4 symbols in the correct sequence and identify the one rogue symbol, they will gain an advantage in the Island Challenge. And Katie has a special weapon up her sleeve to help her.
With the symbol ring, I remember it like a big story. There was a diamond next to a monkey, and then it was in the Himalayas mountains. There was a triangle on top of a circle. The circle ran off and the triangle was left. Then the circle rolled in mud and turned black. Then there was a pyramid, which it rolled into. And then when it rolled into the pyramid, it got in trouble and ended up in jail. I kind of make it a long story. And by the end, I literally know the whole ring.
So girls, are you ready for the next stage of your challenge?
Definitely.
Fantastic. I'm going to now show you the memory ring for 20 seconds. You'll have 20 seconds to remember as many of the symbols as possible. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
3,
Let's see if Katie's story works for her.
1, go.
On that side, go, 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 right.
Test your memory too. You've got 15 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Look away now. The 4 symbols are just about to vanish from the Fortune Hunter's symbol ring. Eleanor and Katie must now identify the 4 symbols that were on the ring and disregard the rogue symbol.
Now we'll have 2 minutes to try and replace each of those missing symbols and put them onto the ring. However, I can't stress strongly enough, you have to return each symbol to the exact place it came from. If you fail to do so, you'll fail the task. Are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
3, 2, 1, go!
Right, Katie, this is, you know where that goes. But I know where this goes. This one is here. And I think it's those 2. I think the one with the circle on top is to there, but I'm not sure. No, that's rogue.
Is Eleanor right? Is this the rogue symbol?
It's these 2. Yeah, take that one first. Which one do you think?
Now they have just over a minute left to return them to their correct spaces on the ring.
This one.
Last one, but where does it go?
Think about this. Like, with your story.
That's definitely right.
But does this look right? No, I think it's this way. I think that's right.
Sure. Remember when you were looking at this, does that look correct?
It looks more correct than that. Yeah, I think it's that. Sure, that is definitely there, and that's definitely there, and I think that's it.
Okay, let's hope for this one.
Okay, we're done.
Are you done?
We're finished.
You finished before the clock? Are you sure you don't want to think about it again?
No, we're pretty sure.
Take this time if you want to discuss anything, you want to second guess.
Did you actually look at this?
There's serious doubts about these 2 symbols.
I'm sure that's it.
So when you did yours, how did you remember it?
There was an equilateral triangle in jail with a thundercloud. The jail was next to a pyramid, and there was also a straight pyramid and a pyramid with a circle, yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game over. That's it, your time's up. No more changes.
The girls drew on Katie's story technique, but still lacked confidence when it came to the last symbols.
You finished before the clock, but then you seem to waver with your confidence.
We're not too sure about those, but we're definitely...
Yeah, I'm definitely sure about that one.
You're not sure about these,
2.
but you are sure about these. Okay, well, I can now reveal the results. I can tell you that this symbol is correct. Well done. This symbol is correct.
Oh, yeah. my God.
Girls,
Oh, don't say that.
I can now tell you that these two symbols are correct. Well done. You've completed your memory trial and won it.
The girls were correct, and now they will be rewarded with the right to choose whether they go first or second in the Island Challenge.
So girls, well done. How do you think your team did?
Really well.
Yeah, very impressed. Boys, bad luck this time round. Oh my goodness, those are some sad faces. Better luck next time. The girls did well though, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Girls, the choice is yours. Are you going to go first or are you going to go second in the Island Challenge?
Well, we're going to go second.
You're going to go second in the Island Challenge. Good choice. That's it then. The girls are going second.
Back at the boys' camp, Jordan starts to doubt his performance.
Nobody's probably ever going to choose me to do the memory challenge again because I've failed twice now.
Yeah, but you also...
Although I've won once.
Well, you did
actually
fail. You drawed almost. It was just literally a second. If you had a second longer just to push the pieces together, we'd have won.
The symbol ring has frustrated the boys, but doubt must be vanquished and quick with the Island Challenge looming. However, the ring continues to play an important role in the adventurer's journey.
And the fortune hunter is using the symbols to communicate a message about the impending challenge again.
5 symbols, a team of 5 adventurers.
A small circle, an adventurer. A large circle, a cage.
What will happen if this adventurer is freed to join the others?
What is the fortune hunter hinting at?
But this is not the only way the fortune hunter can communicate with the adventurers. He's about to make contact with them in a much more obvious way.
Look, it's something like a little corner or something.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Let's go see.
Team captains Eleanor and Peter have been searching for the fortune hunter's rusty casket and have unearthed it amongst the rocks by River Camp.
Oh, it's a typewriter. Kind of stuff on that rock. Yeah.
It's one of the fortune hunter's relics, a typewriter with a mysterious message attached.
Adventurers, I want you to battle against the island and succeed where I fail. You will travel to the vanishing point and you must win back your teammates today. Look, that's in capital letters. It must mean something serious. Don't let me down. Come on, let's go.
The adventurers have had some help from the fortune hunter, but now the boys are on their own, trying to win back the ultimate prize. Their vanished teammate, Zach.
The island has been hiding him and Jeremy in an undiscovered magical clearing, but the fortune hunter who looks after the adventurers is watching over them.
Feels really different, doesn't it?
I know, and the weird thing is, the worst thing is, like last night after the island fire, we didn't cook ourselves anything. We hardly had any clothes. We only had our rucksacks and water.
And we're just totally captured by the island. We're isolated.
But there were some good things, because, you know, James snores like mad. I bet you can...
I, for one, miss my friends.
I know, I miss all of my friends, but James snores like anything, but he's still a good mate, and I miss
You
them all.
talk like anything.
I don't talk.
You do.
I don't.
See, I was stuck with him.
We're not sure what's going to happen.
I know.
We imagine something to do with
the
them
next challenge.
Yeah, we hope. We hope to be back by the next island fire, but...
And we hope that our teammates will rescue us, because I really can't do this anymore. Please, whatever you do, girls, come on, we can win this and save me. Please.
Boys, you can rescue me easily. Come on, you just need to fend off those pesky little girls.
So today, the teams are playing for their teammate and the island treasure.
The more treasures they are awarded, the greater the advantage they will gain in the final race to release the fortune hunter's spirit and escape.
The island's fourth treasure is the scorpion. The scorpion represents the stinging, devious nature of the island. A sting that might well strike very soon and send the adventurers into turmoil.
The boys have won 2 island treasures already, and the girls have won 1. The boys must win today if they're to stop the girls from equalising.
First up, it's the boys. That's Jordan, Dylan, James, and today's captain, Peter. Zach vanished at the last island fire, and now the island can reveal to the boys the terrifying position it's put him in. He's locked in a cage and suspended way up among the trees. So the rest of the boys will be competing to free him and get him back. This is Vanishing Point. Zach is trapped in a cage by the side of an enormous ravine, and 2 of the boys must drag themselves across the precarious cables on an unstable cart so as to collect the giant cogs which are hanging down. Once they've grabbed a cog, the remaining 2 members of the team must use all of their physical strength to winch the cart back. Then the boys must place the cogs on a huge set of scales to weigh Zach down. And it's going to take the weight of 5 cogs to get him back to ground level. They've got a maximum of 10 minutes to free Zach. And if they can actually do it in less time than it takes the girls to free their vanished team member Jeremy when they play, then they'll also win the latest island treasure, the scorpion. Island treasures are absolutely vital, and of course winning their teammates back is crucial too, so you just know this is going to be a hard-fought challenge.
Boys, welcome to the Vanishing Point. Now, last night Zach vanished and has reappeared here at today's Island Challenge, and it's up to you guys to win him back. How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah. Confident.
Yeah. Why so confident?
Because he's not here, I think everyone in our team's going to work as hard as they can to get him back and try their best, because we really want him back.
So you've got good motivation.
Yeah.
OK, well, you're playing against the girls. The girls are on a bit of a run at the minute. Does that scare you at all? Does that worry you?
A little bit.
Peter, you're kind of in command this time round. You know, what are you going to do to ensure that you guys get back onto winning ways?
Well, I think we have lack of communication, so communication is the key, I think.
Okay.
And I think I need to bring the team together, more together, and that's about it.
Well, you know, that would be the ultimate way to bring the team together to win this challenge. You would literally be together again. Now, obviously, like I say, the girls are going to go second. You guys are going to go first. Are you all feeling confident? Yeah, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Remember, the girls have chosen to take this challenge on second, which means they can watch the boys and learn from their triumphs and disasters. Right now, they're set to go. Dylan and James are on the winch, while Captain Peter and Jordan are on the cart.
Boys, are you ready for the Island Challenge?
Ready! Yes!
In 3, 2, 1... Go!
And they're off. And they're making really quick progress out towards the first cog. They've reached the cog, but now Jordan has got to release it. With those gloves on, it's going to be thoroughly awkward, but he can't afford to waste any time here.
Come on, boys!
So we've got Zach up there who's willing him on. He obviously wants to escape that cage and be set free.
But his teammates are letting precious seconds pour away here.
Oh, they've done it. So they've got the first cog.
And that means Dylan and James have got to go flat out to winch them back.
Come on, boys!
This is such tough work, but they're back.
Don't throw it.
Yes, that's their first cog on.
Lowen, boys, they got Lowen!
They've barely gathered their breath before heading out to the next cog. This must be incredibly tiring.
You can see they're already struggling.
But they know that to get Zach back, they've got to push on through.
The cog!
Oh, and they're at their second cog now. And this time, it looks like it's Peter who's going to release it. That was much quicker. Great cog work there.
I think that you need to...
Now, when you hold them really tightly, put it in your lap and hold it. Don't let go of the cog.
Well, it sounds like the girls are getting their tactics together, and Jordan and Peter are racing back.
And we've got Dylan and James reeling them in really quickly now.
Come on, guys!
So, in just over 2 minutes, the boys have got 2 cogs in. And that means Zach's going down again. This is clearly beginning to get properly exhausting.
Use the middle row!
I think they're going to find it difficult as they get more tired towards the last few cogs.
Middle row!
Hard graft from Jordan and Peter, but it doesn't sound like it's impressing the girls.
The boys are taking too long.
And they've made it to the 3rd cog.
Get to the thing, you two!
I think Zach's getting really worried right now. He realises that if they don't do it quick enough, he's not going to get set free.
I want to get out of this blooming cage! It smells!
Now, their arms must be starting to feel really weak right now. It's tough work out there.
But at least they don't have to do all the hard work on these return legs, while Dylan and James hurl themselves into the winching.
Put it in, put it in, put it in!
Well, in just under 3.5 minutes, that's their 3rd one in. But for every cog they've got to collect, they've got to go further and further across, and that means they've got to pass the wobbly central section of the cables, more than 5 stories above the ground. Unbelievable.
Keep going!
So a lot of team encouragement. They're working really well as a team, but will that be enough?
They've reached the 4th cog. And remember, if they drop a single one of these cogs, there's no way that Zach can be freed. So, it would be a disaster if Jordan let this one slip down into the ravine.
Come on, guys!
They've got it, and Jordan's safely clamping it between his knees.
So they're on the way back. This is where James and Dylan really come in. They're working so hard there. It's such hard work.
Use 2 hands, Dylan, 2 hands!
Zach's barking out his orders. Use 2 hands, Dylan. Use 2 hands.
Pass it to! Pass it to!
You look at Peter, think he's ordering them around too much. They're doing their best.
That may be, but it seems to be working because they're back, and at just over 5.5 minutes, that's cog 4 on the scales, and Zach lowered down once again.
They're getting really tired now. Look at the strain in Peter's face. He's putting everything he's got into this.
And he needs to, because they're going for their very last cog now, and it's right the way across the other side of the valley. Zach looks worried, but James and Dylan are keeping up a constant barrage of noisy support.
If you listen to them, it's not like, oh, come on, you can do it. It's more, get back.
Seriously, do not look down.
See, they're struggling now.
Much better. They're almost stopping.
They look shattered.
I think they're feeling it.
But have they got the energy to drag themselves onto the last cog?
Come on!
Zach needs them to dig deep and find the strength to reach it.
Go!
And yes!
Yes, they've got it, they've got it, they've got it!
But they've still got to release it, and it would be an absolute nightmare if they let it slip now. No, they're okay.
Quickly! Quickly!
Zach must be desperate for them to keep hold of that cog and get it over to the scales as quickly as possible so he can rejoin his team. This is epic stuff. They're giving this everything they've got and working together as a team like never before.
Come on, James! Come on, Dylan! That's it!
The girls are looking concerned, but as the boys have got no idea how they'll do, they don't want to waste a single second here, because that might be all that separates the team's times.
Take it, Peter! Peter, take it! Don't drop it!
Well, now they've reached the end, and yes!
Yes!
So it's in the final cog.
And that means they've won Zach back.
Well done, boys. You did a great job.
But was it great enough to beat the girls and win the island treasure?
It was really, really good fun, and if I could do it again, I would. I think we did really well, but it took a bit long for them to get the cogs off the rope. It was so tiring just having to haul yourself to the next cog. You're really pulling and pulling and pulling and until your arms nearly fall off. And right at the end, when we found out we got Zach back, we were really happy.
And you should be happy, Jordan, because this was an impressive performance from the boys. Jordan and Peter did waste some time struggling to release the cogs, but it wasn't enough to cause them to need anything like their full 10 minutes. The boys' fifth cog was on the scales at 8 minutes and 7 seconds. We don't yet know if this will prove quick enough for them to have beaten the girls and bagged the latest island treasure, the scorpion, but it's definitely a result to celebrate because it's brought Zach back into the pack. Great news.
Well done, boys. You won Zach back. Come on, Zach. How does that feel to be reunited again as a team?
We feel like a team again. We feel like a team again.
The whole pizza.
Now, were you quite worried for a moment there that you wouldn't do it in time?
Yeah. I was worried that they wouldn't get me in time.
A lot of communication going on. What would you say was the most difficult aspect of that challenge?
The communication, maybe just quick speed was really, that was the main key.
Yeah, Dylan, your arms were pumping like mad.
Was that difficult? Because I saw the strain in your face. Peter, you were making some rhymes. You were like, oh, oh. Was that pretty hard?
Really, really hard. It's so hard on your arms when you're pulling out.
And you're talking about the strain, but you guys were up so high. Were you nervous of the height at all? Did you look down at any point?
No, we forgot about it.
I looked down once or twice and I just see the little stream and then you look back up and you don't think of it no more because there's so much to do and so much in your mind that there's no time to think of how high you are. Yeah.
So you focus on the job at hand?
Yeah. I'm pretty jealous because I would love to be in that car. I was just swinging about in a budgie cage.
Yeah, are you relieved to be out of that cage and back with your team then,
yeah,
Zach?
it was very, very smelly.
I thought I smelt something, so is it you from that cage, Zach? Now listen, congratulations, you did fabulously well to get Zach back, but you still haven't won the island treasure yet, because it's time to find out how the girls are going to do.
Still to come, it's the girls' turn to go toe-to-toe against the island.
Go, go, go!
It's going to be a race against time, and the massive question is, can they release Jeremy from the island's clutches?
Come on! Guys, I'm telling you, better get me down.
It's going to get frantic.
But there's no respite, as the island drops yet another revelation that will shock the adventurers to their core.
It's all coming up on Scorpion Island.
So the boys' team are back to their full complement of adventurers.
Oh, guys, how good does it feel to have Zach back?
Yeah, that's good. Cheers, guys, for getting me back.
And use the opportunity to assess how they work as a team.
Well, I think we really need to work more on our teamwork and, what's it called? Communication. Because
I think our communication was really good.
It was good today,
and
but I think that's how we lost.
Yeah.
I think that's how mainly we lost yesterday.
Yeah, also, this is mainly for me. I'm not saying you guys did this as well. I think we also need to be a lot less our attitude. I have to say I'm the main culprit for that, but we're all a bit too sort of, we're all a bit like, oh, we've won 2 challenges, the girls will never be up to our level.
Yeah, I think
we have a friendly rivalry.
But we pushed it a bit too far yesterday, I think, and they really wanted it back, so they've tried their best yesterday, so I think we need to be more friendly-wise.
I think without Zach, it's been quite good because we've given us a chance to sort out where we're like sitting and staying as a group. But as soon as he came back, it was really good as well because he just popped straight into our group as well.
But while the boys are happy that Zach is back in the fold, the furious island is not. And will be even angrier if the girls can release Jeremy. But it's a huge if. Next up, it's the girls. And for now, that's only Lizzie, Natty, Katie, and today's captain, Eleanor. Because the girls won the memory trial, they could choose what order the teams would take on the Island Challenge vanishing point.
Are you going to go first, or are you going to go second in the Island Challenge?
We're going to go second.
So, they watched while the boys did what they'll have to do in their turn, racing out on a wobbly cart over precarious cables strung across a huge ravine in order to collect cogs to use to weigh down the member of their team who'd vanished at the last island fire. Jordan and Peter moved quickly, but wasted time releasing the cogs.
I think that on the first cog, they fumbled with it a bit and they were like, oh, can't get it.
And the girls also weren't impressed by the way the boys talked to each other.
The cog! The cog! They're not communicating them rightly. They're screaming, come on, come on.
Or by Zach's efforts to motivate them.
Use 2 hands, Dylan, 2 hands!
I think Zach's being a bit rude to them because it's not all about him.
Get to the thing, you two!
The boys had to place all 5 cogs on the scales to weigh Zach down before the clock reached 10 minutes. And despite what the girls thought,
they're not going very fast at all.
They easily managed this, freeing him in 8 minutes and 7 seconds. An impressive target, which meant the girls really had to think about their tactics, such as whether the girls on the cart should try to help the winchers return them to the start.
So do you want us to help you pull us in, or do you want us to save our energy?
Save your energy.
Natty in particular sounded petrified by this challenge.
Really hope they don't actually have to go up in that wire, because that is really, 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 really high.
But that hasn't stopped the island choosing her to go out on the cart with Katie, who at least had some sound advice for her teammate.
Natty, do not let down. Focus on the aim of the game and win it, okay?
So as the girls arrive at the ravine to find Jeremy in the suspended cage, they've got to be wondering if they've got what it takes, not just to save her, but to do so quicker than the boys saved Zach, and so win the latest island treasure, the Scorpion.
Girls, it all seems a little bit quiet. Of course, Jeremy's not here. Yeah. Have you missed her? She's such a big character, isn't she?
Yeah.
Now, you saw the boys earlier on. How do you think they did?
I think they did quite well, but what I think they did not do very well was that at the beginning, Peter and Jordan, they pulled it really, really hard. They tired themselves out, and if you saw in the last one, they were going really slowly, and they were like...
And also what they were doing was they were pulling them, they were pulling themselves back in instead of letting the people up the top pulling them back in, which even though it's helping the people up the top, really it's wasting your energy.
Now, I'm so interested to see how you girls do, because remember, if you do this in a quick enough time, you'll get Jeremy back and you'll win today's island treasure. How much does the island treasure mean to you?
Loads, because if the boys win it, it'll be 3-1, and so we'll need to win. If we win it, we'll be equal.
Right, OK, yeah, so you could get it to 2-2 level pegging, so there's a lot riding on this, girls. Are you OK? Do you feel ready for it?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's time for round 2 of today's Island Challenge.
So, it's almost time for the girls to play, and the boys are mocking Jeremy up in her cage.
Do you want some birdseed?
Yeah, have some with chocolate sauce.
I'll throw some out.
Ooh. Guys, I'm telling you, better get me down.
Well, they're going to be trying to do just that. And they're in position now. On the cart are Katie and Natty, who sounded like she'd rather be anywhere else. Plus, on the winch are Lizzie and Captain Eleanor.
Girls, are you ready for the vanishing point?
Ready!
In 3, 2, 1, go!
They're off.
Time starts now. Can they beat the boys?
You can do this!
Remember, to free Jeremy, they've got to deliver all 5 of the giant cogs onto the scales before the clock hits 10 minutes.
They have to do it faster than the boys did to win the island treasure.
Come on, Katie!
I think they're faster.
James might be right, because they've reached the first cog already.
That's it! Well done, Katie! Come on, Katie! No, wait. Help!
And that looks like quick cog releasing.
Go, go, go!
So they've got the first cog now, they've got to go back. Remember, time is of the essence here.
Which means Lizzie and Eleanor have really got to use all of their energy to winch the cart back ultra fast.
Yeah, that's right. Face the car. Stop. Slowly. Further forward.
Well, they're back, and this is careful work from Natty.
And it's in.
And that means Jeremy's lowered down a stage.
Very composed start by the girls. They're not rushing it.
What are you doing? Come on, guys. Faster. Woohoo!
But it sounds like Jeremy and Eleanor think they should be picking up the pace.
Earlier on, Natty was saying how nervous she was, but she's doing really well. That is a long drop. I just hope she doesn't look down.
Chocolate.
Keep going. Come on, still got a chance to go.
Chocolate? What are you on about? This is no time for chatting about snacks.
Chocolate.
Come on, you're not in there, Katie. Keep going. Look at them. They're going really, really slow. They're getting tired already. They're already tired.
Well, they might be tired, but they're at the second cog now.
Yeah, come on, get it, come on. Yes, you got it.
But they've got to get it onto the scales as rapidly as possible.
Go, come on, go, quickly. Yeah, you got the rhythm now, come on.
Now, the girls, as promised, have learnt from the boys, and they're not trying to get themselves back in. They're leaving it to the girls who are up here on the platform. They're trying to conserve their energy.
Go. Lizzie, let's get back.
That's cog 2 on and Jeremy down again. And it seems like they're moving quickly now.
Faster, come on, guys, faster. Natty, both them. Go all the way back and pull it forward.
Great support from the rest of the team there. Oh, and they seem like they've reached the next cog. Oh, no! It's just the rope left from cog 2. They've still got a distance to go, and it means they've slowed down for nothing.
It looks like they're struggling a little bit.
Oh, I think this just might be our lucky day, guys.
But they are dragging themselves onward, and they're almost at the next cog. Have they stopped too soon? Surely Katie can't reach it from there. Oh!
Wow, that was brave by Katie. She reached all the way back.
Bold work from Katie here. The cart is way out in the middle of the ravine, where the cables are at their wobbliest and the drop at its greatest. And yet, she leans right over to grab the cog. How terrifying. And she's got it! But it's all down to Eleanor and Lizzie now.
That's it.
They're doing a great job. This is pretty quick work by the girls. Can they beat the boys? I think it's going to be pretty tight.
It's not actually as fast as you two were pulling. You were pulling like maniacs.
But they're almost back.
Okay, keep going. Carefully, come on.
And that's cog 3 in. And that was a full 6 seconds quicker than the boys managed to get their third cog in. Could the latest island treasure, the Scorpion, be heading for the girls? Maybe, but the boys are still sounding confident.
They are taking more time getting out to the cogs than what we... Look how slow they're going now.
You're so close!
This is really difficult.
Come on!
Of course it's difficult, Natty. This is Scorpion Island.
You got the chocolate.
Look at that. Katie is suffering.
Putting at lunch.
Look at Katie's face. It's all scrunched up.
Come on, you have to be faster! You're not there yet!
Push.
Now, remember, they have to use more strength the nearer the middle they go. It is harder there.
That's it, that's better! Do a few of them! Almost there, Katie! Almost there, Natty! A few more and you'll get there!
The team are keeping up the encouragement, but they really seem to have slowed down.
That's right, that's right!
And this will cost them valuable seconds.
The question is, has it also cost them the lead? More excellent reaching from Katie, but she's got to be so careful.
Tell us when you're ready!
Don't drop it whenever you do.
Yes!
Lizzie and Eleanor, good teamwork, pulling them back, and this gives the girls on the rope a chance to relax a little bit.
But is this tactic meaning they're losing speed again? Remember, when the boys were at this stage in the game, Jordan and Peter helped hold themselves in. It was exhausting, but was it a more effective plan?
Come on, Katie! Come on, Natty!
Eleanor and Lizzie are looking really tired, but they've brought Katie and Natty back in again.
Because the last one, to make it a big...
That's the fourth cog clock in, but it took them over 40 seconds longer than the boys. So if the girls want to beat their final time and nab the island treasure, they've got less than a minute and a half to bring their last cog back.
I believe in you! Come on! Hey, come on, it hurts. I know it hurts.
Terrific cheering, but it looks like Katie and Natty are really feeling the strain now.
That's good! Come on! We want to beat the boys, don't we? We want to get Jeremy back!
And they're only halfway along. They still need to go all the way to the other side and collect that final cog. Can they do it?
Come on, guys!
They'll need a proper speed boost, but they're looking completely exhausted.
You're able to stretch your arms up. This is the final push. You need more. Come on!
And they're coming up to the boys' final time of 8 minutes and 7 seconds now. And yep, that's it. Bad news for the girls. The girls have now taken longer than the boys, which means they won't be collecting the island treasure. And this becomes all about rescuing Jeremy. To do that, they need to get this last cog back before the clock hits 10 minutes. Can they do it?
Put everything into it! Hard, hard, hard! You're doing amazing!
Don't forget, Eleanor is the team captain. She's got to drive her team on, and she's doing a fabulous job.
But this is so physically demanding.
Reach out for that cog, Katie!
Look at this, their arms are aching so much.
So close, ready?
But they're almost there.
I need help. I can't do it.
Well, at least Katie's able to reach back. And yes, she's grabbed it.
And they've got it. They've got the final cog. Can they get Jeremy back as their teammate?
It's going to be close. They've got less than 30 seconds to get the cog back and onto the scales.
Keep it going, Lizzie!
Just when they're all 100% shattered. This is crunch time. A slip now could spell disaster. They've got less than 10 seconds left.
Quick, Daddy, come on. This is where it counts.
Yes, they've done it! With just 3 seconds to spare, the girls have saved Jeremy. Unbelievably close stuff. Now, how are they feeling?
Very tired, but I'm happy that we saved Jeremy, and even if we don't win, happy that we got a teammate back.
I think that what we do and what I did well was communication and getting everybody just to keep on going, because Natty and Kate looked like they were about to give up, and me and Lizzie and Jeremy were just screaming at them, come on, you can do it, you can do it. So if we do win today, which I hope we do, and someone has to be picked to go up and get the island treasure, I hope we'll be allowed to pick 2 people, because Katie and Natty were absolutely amazing.
You're right, Eleanor, but they did also say some amazingly strange things.
Chocolate. It's like one of my favourite foods, and I'm sure Katie likes it too. So, and whenever we said chocolate was when we were either a bit scared of the height or just had really sore arms, and when you said chocolate, it sort of took your mind away from it, so, yeah.
Well, it's a bizarre tactic, Natty, but it seemed to work for you, and for a while it even looked as though this challenge was going to go your team's way. The boys put enormous effort into travelling back and forth over the ravine, and though Jordan and Peter did waste some time releasing the cogs, they, with great help from Dylan and James on the winch, kept up a solid pace, even when the distances to the cogs got longer and longer. The girls started really swiftly, delivering all of their first 3 cogs quicker than the boys had, and cunningly trying to save Katie and Natty's energy by having Lizzie and Eleanor do all of the work on the return journeys. However, it didn't seem to be enough to stop full-on fatigue setting in. And the girls had gone beyond the boys' finishing time even before they'd collected their 5th cog. A last-minute burst of focused physicality did enable the girls just to save Jeremy before their time ran out. But in the end, there was no doubting that the boys came out on top here, and so they will be awarded the latest island treasure, the Scorpion.
Girls, you look pretty exhausted. How was that?
Tiring.
Well, especially for them. I can hardly talk about it being tiring, if I must say. They were
Yeah, it's really hard, because you're in one position, and then once you finish, you can't move your leg.
Oh, well, I think you did really well, and you managed to get your teammate back. Let's welcome in Jeremy. Jeremy, come on. Well done. How does it feel to be a team again?
Brilliant.
Yeah? Have you guys missed Jeremy?
Oh, Missy Jeremy. Very quiet.
See, they all love me. Well, it was quite peaceful, actually.
Yeah, quite noisy.
Jeremy, now that you're back, you're ready to cause some chaos?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, OK. Now, you were watching them from up there, but towards the end, were you worried that they weren't going to kind of finish it because they were struggling? You could see it on the faces, couldn't you?
I know. I was getting a little bit worried because I saw them starting to slow down a little. Yeah. So I was a bit worried, but I had complete trust in my teammates.
Now, you were victorious. You did really well. But don't forget about the boys. Boys, come in. Now, boys, how do you think the girls did?
Good. Yeah, good.
Listen, you both did very well. Both teams got their teammate back. But remember, you were also playing for the island treasure. And today's island treasure is the scorpion. Oh. Yes, that's right. And only one team can win the scorpion. The one team that got the cogs in the fastest. And that team is going to be revealed at tonight's Island Fire.
Jeremy has effortlessly slotted back into the girls' team, but having seen what the island is capable of, the mistrusting girls discuss the relevance of the latest island treasure, the scorpion.
I think this island treasure, will be quite important because we know it's a scorpion. And I think it will be very important because the whole show is called Scorpion Island. So the scorpion might represent something in a form of another member or something important.
Maybe it represents like 2 island treasures or something, because when you think about it, it makes you feel like there's something special about that scorpion.
Yeah.
So I think we did really well today, guys, because we did really well in the challenge. We got Jeremy back, and I've got a feeling that we might have. I know I keep always say this, but I think we might have won this.
In my opinion, even if we lose today, I think we did great.
Yeah, at least we got one player back.
Yeah.
But neither team can imagine just how angry the island is, or just what the scorpion might represent. It's livid that both teams won their adventurers back, and because of this, will vent its fury.
Hello teams, welcome to the Island Fire. As you know, this is where all is revealed about your missions, and most importantly, where the island communicates with you.
Girls, you won back Jeremy.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Very good. Good.
Is it good to be back, Jeremy?
Oh, yeah.
And girls, did you miss her?
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah, I did miss him.
Thought you'd been serious for a second there, Eleanor. Now, boys, you won back Zach. Please tell me that you're all happy that you got Zach back.
Yeah.
Zach, are you happy to be back with your boys?
I'm glad to be back with Peter, Dylan, James and Jordan.
I bet you're all itching to find out who won today's Island Challenge.
Yeah.
And the island treasure, the scorpion.
Guys, today you took part in the Island Challenge Vanishing Point. Now, as you know, there can only be one winner, and only the island knows who that winner is. I can now tell you that one team managed to get their 5th cog into the scales 1 minute and 50 seconds faster than the other team. The team that beat the island in Vanishing Point today is... the boys! Congratulations, guys! Happy?
Yes!
Surprised?
Yes!
Fantastic, you did so well. And of course, you get to win the island treasure, the scorpion.
Every night at the Island Fire, only one adventurer from the winning team can be awarded the treasure. The island is keeping the reason why a closely guarded secret.
So who's it going to go to?
Peter. You.
Who's your most valuable adventurer, guys? Who could you not have done without?
Peter.
Why Peter?
In the last two challenges, he was the main role.
An accumulation.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations there, Peter. He's all yours.
The scorpion is no ordinary treasure. It represents the devious nature of the island, and its very presence signals a shocking revelation.
Peter and gang, I'm glad you're happy. However, something tells me the island is not going to be very happy. In fact, I'm guessing it's positively raging tonight. I can now tell you that the scorpion represents the devious side of the island. He has a vicious, vicious sting and also 2 claws. Legend has it, incidentally, that only one team can escape from Scorpion Island. And that team can only be either Team Sting or Team Claw.
So you're no longer going to be girls against boys. Tomorrow, you'll play an island challenge that will determine who will be the first team captain of Sting and who will be the first captain of Team Claw. Those captains will then choose their teams. That was quite a shock for both our teams. They've spent a lot of time bonding as the boys and girls, and now the island's about to mix them all up.
That's right. But now it's all about finding the new team captains, the Sting and Claw. Which 2 adventurers will become the new captains? Well, you'll have to wait to find out.
You can catch all the action online now. Goodbye from Scorpion Island.
Next time, the boys and the girls will be separated. And the bonds they have created are to be ripped apart.
We made this camp ours and then, boom, suddenly we've just been told we're going to sprint to Sting and Claw.
I've spent so long like being friends with them now, but then the island's twisted it up and now we've got to make friends with our new people.
They must fight each other to be the founding captains of the legendary Team Sting and Team Claw.
It would be amazing if I could be the very first captain for Sting or Claw.
I would feel elated if I was chosen to be like the first captain of Sting or Claw.
But some adventurers will take the competition one step too far.
I crushed them slightly in my hand, so when I throw them, they would easily crash.